Well, hello, friends, everyone, our watchers, our listeners, our readers. You're back in your safe space, your place that you go every Thursday or whenever you watch this, and you learn about some local sports. You're watching Prep Sports Plus. I'm Andy Krutzinger. That's Jack Knowlton. You don't see Peter Camp on the ones and twos, but he's here. And you know what? We have a sponsor, and they've been our sponsor for a long time, Jack. What's the name of that beautiful place again?
That beautiful place, the Mecca of meats, some call it. It's Fairway Food Stores.
It's Fairway Food Stores, the Mecca of meat, the Guggenheim of groceries. And they've been with us for years and years and years. And they're our title sponsor, and we love them and all the other companies that advertise with the show. They're just better than other companies that don't advertise with the show, honestly. But if you don't advertise with the show, you can get up to that echelon with a simple phone call to the Southeast Iowa Union. Jack,
Let's
oh
put
my,
Peter's phone number will be popped up right here, right here.
Jack, there's Peter's phone number, and then put his address,
Yeah.
security as well. We're gonna talk a little girls basketball. Little basketball. We've been covering a little basketball. It's only girls basketball season right now. Same with bowling randomly. Bowling did that too, where it's only girls season right now. Same with wrestling. This really is just a girls show. This one's for the ladies. Because there's not a lot of boys sports going on right now. But Jack, we had a handful of basketball games. Not everybody has played. I guess I could start because I had a couple of games. I went to two games on Friday, Jack. Are you jealous that I went to two games?
I am. Yeah. I have some games to talk about that I wrote about after seeing the results, and it made me wish I was there because it was entertaining stuff.
And now Jack will be there tonight for last night if you're watching this yesterday or tomorrow or Thursday. Ooh, because we're technically recording early. Shh, that's a secret for the people who watch today. Uh, I started out on Friday, Jack, at beautiful Winfield-Mount Union High School. Just a beautiful place. And despite injuries, Winfield-Mount Union might have a pretty tough girls basketball team. They defeated the New London Tigers. And let me go ahead and get that official final score up because I actually had to leave this game a little early to get to my other game. I didn't have the final written down on my little notes, but the final was Winfield-Mount Union 59, New London 18. The Wolves looked very strong, especially a certain senior named Madison Kellogg, who has been one of Winfield's best players for the last 3 years, really. They went to state a handful of years ago, and then the next year she kind of was jumped in while the seniors left, and she had one of her best games ever. By the way, this is something you guys have to get used to today because we have a lot of outstanding statistical performances. Shout out to Madison Kellogg, 39 points, 11 rebounds, Jack. Did you ever score 39 in a basketball game?
No, I can't say I ever did in my rec basketball career.
Oh, actually, they added a rebound to her stats on Varsity Bound. I don't think I did either. I think the most points I ever scored in a game, high school or rec or intramurals was 7. I think I scored 7. That was my biggest day. Maybe I hit 8 one time, not very much. Maddie Kellogg 39 and 12. Lily Heckathorn 8 points. Sutton Slee with 5 assists to lead the Wolves, and then Megan Lee 8 points. Paige Schill Collins with 7 for the Tigers. So that was the first game. Winfield-Mount Union and New London have a tradition of playing the first game, especially Winfield. New London kind of jumped on that tradition a few years back, but they're always playing on day one. But then, Jack, I got in my car and I drove to another basketball game. What is going on, Jack? 2 basketball games? And you want to take a guess on where I drove?
Yes, you drove Fairfield.
I drove to Fairfield, Iowa, home of the Fairfield Trojans. And it was a little weird for me, Jack, because the Fairfield Trojans were playing the Sheraton Chargers, where I grew up. Actually, Sheraton had someone with the name Krutzinger on their team, but they're not related.
Oh,
Um, but I'll tell you what, the first 5, 6 minutes, I knew that coming into this, Fairfield only won one game last year. They got a lot of kids back. Sheraton was decent, and they have a lot of kids back, so I knew that Fairfield probably wasn't the favorite in this. First 5 or 6 minutes looked good for Fairfield. Defensively, especially, they're getting the ball inside. But as the game trekked along, Sheraton's stamina, and they have a lot of track girls on that team, and they were able to pull away to beat the Trojans. I was trying to sneakily switch my varsity bound over so I get the official stats, and I was waiting to get to an SEC school, and I hadn't got one, but now I did because I'm using the Washington way to click on the Fairfield Trojans.
the Washington way.
Yeah, varsity bound. I can do it with my left hand. 60-34, Sheraton beats Fairfield. Faith Jones, 13 points. Watch out. Faith Jones might be a double-digit averager this year. She had 13 points in this. The Trojans did not shoot very well. They actually had okay shots on the day. They just didn't hit a lot of shots, especially from deep. But Elise Setterstrom scored 8, and Lauren Martin had 4 points and 6 rebounds. So top one, Sheraton's very scrappy. It was one of those opening games. Both games were the Winfield game and the New London game, or the Winfield New London game and the Fairfield Sheraton game, where you knew it was day one. Although Maddie Kellogg looked like it was like game like 30 or something like that because she was sharp. But that's what you get to expect in these early basketball games, Jack. Oh, and while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and say how Hillcrest did, because I did write about the Hillcrest Academy Ravens, who held off Moravia 62-60 despite a crazy comeback. Moravia scored 26 points in the fourth quarter.
I heard this. Yeah.
And your second crazy stat of the day, because we're going to be giving a lot of those, because Hillcrest Academy, you might have heard of this kid, Jack. Actually, I think I texted you. Didn't I text you yesterday? Like, oh yeah, did you see that stat line from the Hillcrest game? And then you saw her. But Hillcrest Academy's Claire Withrow, 33 points on 7 of 12 from downtown. So one of the best shooters we've had in this area. And we have realized, and you're going to talk more about it, some of our small school girls teams especially, we're going to have some stat games. We're going to have some big stat games. A few of our better players haven't even taken the court yet. A few of them are doing it tonight. So there you go. Hillcrest and WMU 1-0. And Peter, not Peter, and Jack, you covered via your computer the four-corner shoot. How did it go?
Yeah, yes, I will not pretend I did not capture the ambiance of the four-corner shootout. I was not in attendance on Friday and Saturday at the games. However, I did go back and write about them with a couple of our other small schools. Keota came out the big winners of the tournament, if you want to call it that. Kind of not round robin event, not tournament, because not everyone plays everyone, but you don't play like a true bracket format. But Keota got 2 wins, including a big one over Highland. They beat Highland 73-51, which is a really nice result for Keota. And you talked about the big stat lines for Keota. Cameron Hafley, 26 points in that game to beat Highland, outscored Cameron Fink, who of course was All-State last year with the Huskies. She did have 19. Most of those, from what I was told, kind of came in the fourth quarter. Later on, Highland had a pretty slow start. They only scored 4 points in the second quarter. So Keota able to pull away there. And then they beat Lone Tree by 10 on the road the next day on Saturday. A little bit more balanced scoring for the Eagles in that one. Hafley did have 18, not as good as the 26, but still a pretty strong game. And then Highland did bounce back from that. seemed to get pretty angry about the Kyoto loss because they then beat Iowa Valley 60-13. Four of the five starters were in double figures. That was Fink, Caitlin Thoman, Kenzie Russ, and Haley Brunn led the team with 15 points. Actually, Fink and Russ had the same stat line. They both had a double-double, 10 points, 12 rebounds. So kind of matching each other in points and rebounds for that one. So Highland 1-1. They're going to get back. They'll have a quick chance to get back on track. Actually, they play Tuesday night, so you'll have already known the result if you're listening to this, but we're recording this on a Tuesday. They will play Lone Tree. That's not in the four-quarter shootout, just a regular season game. Then Keota, they will be back after the Thanksgiving break in December. So big time stuff for Keota. Really good start to the season for them, beating, presumptive, or at least one of the presumptive favorites in the SEISC North and Highland by a good margin. So the Eagles off to a strong start this year.
They have updated Hapley's stat line on Varsity Bound. 26 points. Now brace yourself for this. 26 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists.
Yeah.
8 steals, 8 blocks.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I included that in the story. I think it was, she had half of the team's steals, I want to say, because I think they had 16, and I think they had 12 blocks as a team. Opie, a fan of defense.
He likes defense.
Big fan of defense.
He likes defense stats. I'll tell you what. Keota girls sports haven't been our best. Haven't been the best the last couple of years. Watch out for Keota girls sports because basketball, they could be our best small school team. I would have given the edge coming out. I would have said, well, probably, Highland's got a pretty good shot at being our best small school team. Keota's got a lot back from last year. They had some big ups last year in girls basketball and softball. So everybody watch out for Keota. That's a big deal, beating Highland like that early in the year.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, I don't know, Jody Fink, the coach of Highland, sent us some comments in addition to the stats from the game, and kind of talked about his team was a little bit lethargic coming out against Keota, so you'd expect them to probably respond as well. But yeah, those two will be fun to watch. Shame they're in different conferences.
That's one of the shames of the world that Mid Prairie, Keota, and Cardinal are in their own little conferences over there, so we don't get to see them against our other ones as much. But huge for Keota. I expect Highland to be awesome this year still. So we'll learn about this. If you're watching this, you know more about this because you saw what happened in the Super North and the Super South day ones on Tuesday. So when we come back, we got boys basketball, and Jack's basically an expert because he watched so much boys basketball last night, which is really Monday night, which is 3 nights ago if you're watching this. We're going to go to commercial. See you in a second.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Celebrate the season at the Mount Pleasant Festival of Lights. With over 180 dazzling light displays, it's the perfect holiday tradition for families, friends, and loved ones. Experience the magic from the comfort of your car, and on select nights, bring the kids to meet Santa himself. Don't miss this enchanting event that brings holiday spirit to life. For directions, dates, times, and ticket info, head to oldthreshers.com. The Mount Pleasant Festival of Lights, where holiday magic comes to life.
Welcome back, everyone.
Fairway Food Stores.
Fairway Food Stores, our favorite place. That is who sponsors Prep Sports Plus. That's what you're watching. Note that I am now in my kitchen. You notice that, Jack?
Yes, that is a very real looking stove you've got back there.
Yeah, I might make you some food while you talk about. I might make you some food while you talk about this jamboree yesterday. You saw a lot of. You went to 2 jamborees in one day.
I did. Would you cook me up? What's the Easy Bake? Is that the kids' oven?
Oh, let's find out.
The popular one?
Oh yeah, Easy Bake is the
Easy Bake.
kids one, but this is Little Tykes. This is Little Tykes. See, we got pots and pans.
You can't cook those.
Bottle, just in case one of the babies need a bottle. Got a lot of babies in here, just in case Halloween comes up. It's pretty. They probably got
like a standard model.
It's the standard Little Tykes model. Actually, it's very standard because I'm pretty sure this is from. See, you got some pizza and some cake in here. I think this was probably my wife's when she was little. Also, this is like from 40 years ago. This is not a new thing. So,
no.
Yeah, pretty good. Water doesn't work. Anyway, this show's getting wild.
Yeah, wow.
You were at 2 jamborees last night. Both like 10 minutes away. You were up north. Yeah. You saw a lot of our teams. Just tell me some thoughts. You see anything crazy? Anybody dunk it?
I did not see anybody dunk. I was bracing for it. I had the camera ready. But no, I saw I was at Mid Prairie and Hillcrest Academy for a couple of boys basketball jamborees. I started at Mid Prairie. I watched Mount Pleasant, at least the first few minutes of Mount Pleasant against West Branch. Mount Pleasant was pretty good. They've got a lot of size. They're just kind of, it seems like they're just going to have to figure out how to use it kind of to their advantage. The West Branch press was throwing them off a little bit, but some good length, some good size from Mount Pleasant. When they got it in the paint, they got those paint touches. They were able to get some points. So we'll see how they kind of develop over the course of the season. I then went to Hillcrest. I spent most of my time at Hillcrest. I got there right at the tail end of New London and Columbus, who played. All these games were just halves, by the way. They just played 2 8-minute quarters and all that. They were officiated, and they were as official as they could be without the score actually counting. But Columbus beat New London by 4. Columbus looked pretty strong. I liked what I saw from them. And then after that, it was Waco against BGM. That was an interesting game. I know Waco's got a decent amount of hype coming into this season. BGM played them pretty close, only had like 7 players. I don't know if that's their full team or if maybe they just have guys available for the Jamboree, but they played Waco pretty close actually for a while. It was only a 2-point game at half, and then Waco really turned it on, started pulling away. I forget his number off the top of my head. I'm sure I have a picture of it. But Waco is a kid who I think is 6'6" or 6'7" on their team. He does look. He did play a little bit. It kind of seemed like he maybe was newish to basketball. Still kind of figuring out how to use his size. But man, when he got his in the right spot for a rebound and got his hand on the basketball, he was getting it almost every time. And had one play, he dove on the floor. He was definitely didn't lack the aggression and the kind of scrappiness. So that'll be a kind of fun thing to watch for Waco. That he was just distinctly taller and bigger than every other kid on the court. So. That was kind of exciting and had some good guard play.
Have you figured out who Stafford? You're talking about Adam Stafford. Yeah, he is. He's a monster on the line in football too.
There you go.
I can't believe I couldn't figure out who you're talking about. That's the obvious one right there.
Yes. Is he a multi-year player? Is he newer to basketball?
That's a good question. I thought he was on the team, but let me check last year's stats, see what the playing time was like.
A deep team too for Waco. They had a lot of players.
They were they had some seniors last year. They were a smaller like run around. No, Stafford didn't play last year, so yeah, this is probably his first year out. Waco's got a lot of kids that they're replacing from either transfer or graduation. So yeah, they were a wild run up and down team last year. It'll be funny if they pounded inside, but
I mean, they were definitely, especially when he wasn't in, they were definitely definitely played fast. Their guards wanted to get it up pretty quickly, and their press really gave BGM some problems. They forced a lot of turnovers in kind of the second 8 minutes. And then the last one was Hillcrest Academy against Mediapolis. I was actually chatting with one of the Mediapolis assistants before this game. He's kind of giving me the lay of the land in the Super South this year. I will have to admit they ran the Ravens out of the building in the first portion I was there. Stayed for the first half. I think they were up. I think it was 19-3 at halftime. So Mediapolis going to be a very strong team in the South. I don't think we got the best of Hillcrest. Definitely showed some like flashes. Like it didn't feel like they should have been down by as much as they were. Mediapolis hit a lot of threes, but Hillcrest has some good athletes. I'm intrigued by them. I know they're replacing a lot too from last year after having a really good season. So some of those guys probably just having to figure out bigger roles, but they were moving the ball well. They were slashing. They were getting to the rim. I think defensively they were giving up they were kind of late on some rotations, giving up some shots, but we'll see how Hillcrest is. But Mediapolis does look like they'll be a decent force in the South for our Van Buren County and New London teams. And then finished up back at Mid Prairie, watched the Golden Hawks. They were playing EBF. And you want to talk about running a team out of the building. I believe the final score, I had my notebook in the other room. I forgot to grab it. I think the final score was 35-10 in the two halves. Mid Prairie dominated this one. They have a lot of length. Obviously, they have some football players on the team. Of course, Darren Lambert's the coach. He coaches the football team also. So that, they have some size, but they're a really tall team. They have a lot of guys who feel like they're in between, kind of like that 6'2" to 6'5" range. So should rebound the ball pretty well. They moved it well. They're running a fun diamond press, which I like, on defense, and they turned EBF over a lot. So Mid Prairie looks like they'll be a decent outfit again this year. And it was weird. Obviously, this is my first season covering basketball. It was weird to see the Hudson Ehrenfeldts, the Caden Cosses, and the Brooks Webbers of the world suiting up for hoop. You can sometimes tell when they're not in the pads and the helmet. You're like, oh, this kid plays football.
Yeah.
When I watched Hudson Ehrenfeld play basketball, it was like, he wasn't bad at basketball either, but it was like, well, I can see why people don't tackle this kid and why he scored a lot of touchdowns for them on the gridiron. So,
you know what? I will say this year in our area, it's definitely going to be like a learning for us. It's kind of a mix on who's the team to beat. We don't really know right now. Especially like the Super North, that's the one with the most of our teams, and maybe I'd say Pekin, but there's a lot of I think it's going to be a little bit of a Royal Rumble. And then you mentioned I think the South will be down this year, which is good for New London and Van Buren, because last year the South was so stinking good with the Burlington teams and Holy Trinity. But the one South team that seems to be bringing back a huge portion of their talent is Mediapolis, who actually got knocked out by Mid Prairie in the tournament last year, in the postseason tournament. So
Mid Prairie Meepo postseason matchups.
Yeah, always. And so we'll see. Mid Prairie did replace 3 starters, 3.5, 2 everyday stars, I think, and a third that started a good number of them. So who knows? We're all going to learn. We're going to learn today. The next few weeks, we're going to be figuring some stuff out, and then we'll know what we're talking about, and we won't have to distract our audience by making them delicious meals in this kitchen.
In this very real kitchen.
In this very real kitchen. Oh, it gets real in here.
It gets real in here.
When we come back, talk a little bit, little wrestling. Maybe get on the mats. A little sparring. We'll spar when we get back. So don't go anywhere.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Celebrate the season at the Mount Pleasant Festival of Lights with over 180 dazzling light displays. It's the perfect holiday tradition for families, friends, and loved ones. Experience the magic from the comfort of your car, and on select nights, bring the kids to meet Santa himself. Don't miss this enchanting event that brings holiday spirit to life. For directions, dates, times, and ticket info, head to oldthreshers.com. The Mount Pleasant Festival of Lights, where holiday magic comes to life.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Welcome back. Sorry for scratching my nose if we caught that. We're here, Prep Sports Plus. I'm going to scratch my nose again because that was like a half scratch. That wasn't good. We'll scratch. It's a trick. It's a nose scratching trick. If you push it in far enough, it really scratches the whole nose. We're powered by Fairway as always. We're going to talk a little wrestling, a little esports. You know what though, Jack? Because of the results, how about you tell me while I pull up my Columbus girls wrestling victors list here, how the esports went this weekend?
Oh, I sure can do that. Yes, we had Washington Esports competing. And actually, if you stay on this YouTube channel, you can watch the press conference that we did with them. We had the Winter Sports Media Night at Washington last week. So those videos, our super producer, Peter, is hard at work churning those out over the course of this week. They'll come out for all the winter sports. So girls and boys basketball, girls and boys wrestling, bowling, and then esports, which we did talk to the players and their coach, Drew Arrett, kind of about. It was the day before they went up to Marshalltown to compete for the second year in a row in the state, the 2A state tournament for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Washington, their program has only been in existence for 2 years, and they've made it to the state championship twice. They have never lost a regular season match. And unfortunately, their only two defeats as a program have been in the state championship. They lost to Forest City last year. They went all the way back. They were excited to potentially play Forest City again. They didn't get the chance to. Forest City lost earlier in the tournament, but they beat Fairfield. They also beat Estherville Lincoln Central in the first two rounds, but then lost in the championship to Williamsburg 2-0. So unfortunately, they couldn't bring the state title home. But they now have two second place finishes in state. They are very, very good at Super Smash Bros. Over there at Washington. And I had a really good conversation with the players and the coaches, and the coach over there. They're really excited and they're looking forward to expanding the program. Esports goes fall, winter, and spring. So they're not doing any of the winter sports, which the three games, if there are any esports savants watching, are Rocket League, Overwatch 2, and Smite. They'll come back in the spring. They're going to do Mario Kart, Andy, as a team. Mario
Kart? They have Mario Kart now?
They do. They have Mario Kart in the spring, so they'll compete in that. They're not as good at Mario Kart as they are at Super Smash Bros. But we'll see if they'll be better this year. And then they are going to bring everyone back. Apparently, the whole varsity team is coming back, so they can make a run at the title in Smash next season. But yeah, they got second over there in Marshalltown. So still very, very good. But yeah, now you can't make this a narrative now in just 3 years as a program. They're now always the bridesmaid team. They're going to want to get that win bad next year. But still a very good season. Like I said, they're 14-0 in regular season matches. They have not lost a regular season match as a program for esports. So and we'll see how much it expands. I really hope they add a Rocket League team, selfishly. That of the games that are offered for esports, that's the game I played the most I like Rocket League. It's fun.
First off, I had a joke lined up, so I'm going to say it. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Kind of like Luigi. Bang.
Yeah.
Boom roasted Mario's brother. Rocket League is, I've never played that, but you just play soccer with cars, right?
It is. It's soccer with cars, and you can fly. It's quite hard to be like really good at, because it's been a competitive esport for forever. But that one, I like that game. It's fun.
Yeah, I wonder if they can get 2K in there. Never get
Yeah,
a
or
video game for
FIFA
35.
or Madden, or maybe the college football game. I don't know.
Oh man, I miss it. Miss that life. Maybe we'll get snowed in and I'll go. I don't know. Play some old, probably some Madden 2013. On the wrestling mats, I was at beautiful Columbus High School in Columbus, Iowa, Columbus community, and got to watch our. You know what? We have a couple of girls wrestling teams, small school girls wrestling teams. They are just stacked. Last night, the top three of a 12-team tournament, the top three teams came from the Union coverage area. The Pekin Panthers have continued their crusade through the girls wrestling since it started a couple years ago. 174 points for Pekin, 130 for Highland, 130 for Van Buren, 106 for Highland. Now I'm going to scroll through some team results so I can tell you some of the winners here. And it was watching the championship, so it was like everything had a Pekin or a Van Buren in it. Pekin, Lex and Elson at 110. Bree Ernest at 115. Both won. Bree Ernest won her first place match in 29 seconds. We have a champion out of Pekin at 130. Lila Miller, less than a minute on her first place pin as well. Ivory Small at 135. Haley Pedrick at 145. These are all champions, boys and girls. The Pekin Panthers are very good. Very, very good. That's just what it is. And who else is very good? The Van Buren County Warriors, who got a first place out of Armony Adams, a freshman, at 100. Here are the pins: 44 seconds, 21 seconds, 13 seconds.
Sheesh.
That's just over a minute for Adams. She looks really strong. She won at 100. 105. Jacqueline Singer wins. We got a first place out of Riley Cavanis at 125. So there's 3 winners for Van Buren County. We had some winners for the Highland Huskies at 120. Adley Sweeting wins. At 114, Maya Singbill wins. And at 235, Chloe Sexton wins to round out the championship matches there. And I believe those were only winners, unless my brain. Oh no, Jada Moats. Oh no, definitely not the other one. Jada Moats in what looked like the commercials for John Cena and The Rock back in the old days. I think we played them on this, where it's like, it's all on the line. So Burlington superstar Kylie Hill, who's great at every other sport, is wrestling this year. She beat her first couple of opponents like handily. Jada Moats, a very more experienced wrestler for Columbus. They went at it. It was a great match, and Moats ended up getting the pin for the lone Columbus WMU win. So a lot of wins. Most of the championships were won by Union area wrestlers. It is going to be a wild year in girls wrestling, and I'm ready. And a great atmosphere. I've been to 2 girls wrestling meets now, one in Sigourney, one in Columbus, and it was crazy. It was insane. So
crazy.
It was crazy stuff. Boys wrestling is coming up. Girls have just started bowling, but girls and boys bowling is going to get underway. Jack, do you have any holiday advice? Anything you're thankful for heading into the Thursday?
Thankful for all the great sports I get to watch in the next couple of months. I'll touch on bowling too. We talked to the Washington boys bowling team. They're excited for this year. They've been sort of down in the SEC, I know, and they're really putting a chip on their shoulder. They have a super talented freshman this year. I think they're gearing up. They were talking with some some confidence. They're really looking forward, even though they do not bowl at home all season. They want to compete this year, and I think they have the swagger to do it. That's at least what I gleaned from the interviews. So we'll see how they do.
Well, how many kids did they have? Because really the big thing is they just haven't had the numbers.
They do have a decent amount. I think it was
on the boys' side, probably
7. I think it was 7 kids to the podium. So.
That's a good amount of kids. Washington or Mount Pleasant girls did win a quadrangular to start their season. They bowled over 2,000. So we'll have some good bowling teams this year. I'm excited for the SEC battles. They're always chasing Keokuk. Fairfield has come close. There's been years where Mount Pleasant used to have a nice little bowling route. Keokuk, though, man, shout out to the Keokuk bowlers. They get it done. They get it done. So hopefully one of our teams can knock them off this year, but who knows? I'm ready to get to the lanes. That's all we got. Next week, we will be just days away from the first Southeast Conference basketball day. So next week, we are all in winter sports. Shout out to everyone. Drive safe to wherever you're going this weekend. It's going to be crazy. And that's all we got.
Fairway Food Stores.
Fairway Food Stores, we love you. Drive safely to Fairway Food Stores. Metcalf Meats, Guggenheim Groceries. We'll see you next week.